Coming off a 3-17 season and several years of basketball futility, the 2000-2001 Brush Beetdiggers under second-year head coach Jay Rudell were determined to put all that behind them and introduce everyone to a new and exciting version of basketball. Following a summer of hard work, the Diggers were more than ready. Game 1, Brush at Holyoke. Despite opening up on the road, Brush felt right at home, scoring at will as the Diggers tallied 24 points in each of the first two quarters and grabbed a 48-39 halftime lead. The Beetdiggers stepped up their game a notch in the third quarter, outscoring the Dragons 28-17 and held a 20-point advantage going into the fourth period with hopes of scoring over 100 points. But the game slowed down considerably, and Brush fell short of that mark in cruising to a 91-76 victory. The team's best player, senior Chad Freehoff, displayed his leadership skills by not only scoring a game-high 32 points, but compounding that with 9 rebounds and 8 assists. In all, 5 players scored in double figures as Robert Franco had 18 points to go along with 9 rebounds. Jesse Perez added 12 points, Ricky Brown had 11, and sophomore sensation Bryson Miller pumped in 10. Game 2, Fort Morgan at Brush. In what turned out to be the game of the season, the Diggers attempted to establish some balance early by going inside.
Freehoff across the timeline. This is the fast pace in the corner. Gutierrez inside to Ricky Brown, lays it up and in. Gutierrez with a beautiful feed to Ricky Brown, and these run-and-gun Beetdiggers lead 2-0 in the opening quarter.
And then, outside.
Into the front court, a 25-footer. God! Holy mahungus! He hit it from the Beetdigger parking lot. He wasn't even close to that three-point line, and Freehoff, who loves taking the three, was able to make it.
Brush also utilized a collapsing defense to generate points, with the roof nearly coming off the Digger Dome, courtesy of Freehoff.
Greg Johnson the other way, intercepted Freehoff. He jammed! Holy mahungus, the 180! Oh, there might be hanging chads in West Palm Beach, Florida, but there's a flying Chad in Brush, Colorado, and his name is Chad Freehoff.
The Beetdiggers held the Mustangs to just 11 points in the opening quarter and led by 6. In the second quarter, Brush's most consistent long-range bomber, junior Jesse Perez, showed why.
Coming out of the pack, here's Cranston in the corner. Perez, long three is up. Good! Jesse Perez has hit another trifecta. That's his second of the game.
And that tray simply got the offense in rhythm.
Bryson Miller with a 2-on-2. Pulls up, 14-footer right wing, in and out. Rebound to Chad Freehoff. His follows good. In the lane, a little 4-footer. Chad was too strong. He's now got 14. Long outlet pass intercepted by Chad Freehoff. His three is up, in and out. Rebound Freehoff. His follow is up and gone with a left hand. Chad Freehoff has scored his 15th and 16 points of the game. Here comes Sam Ortiz, 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go between his legs, top of the three-point circle. Will back it out inside to Ricky Brown. His shot is up, no good, too strong. Rebound Brown, his layup is good. Ricky Brown is hitting the boards. He's got 10. A minute 37 to go. Beetdiggers to throw it in from underneath their own basket. Cranston, wide open three in the corner. It's good! Nothing but nylon. Matt Cranston with his first 3 points of the game.
The Diggers finished with 27 second quarter points and led 44-34 entering the locker room. In the third quarter, the Beetdiggers picked up where they left off and extended the lead.
Freehoff behind his back, gets a pick from Ricky Brown. He'll pull up for a long three and bury it. Chad Freehoff has scored 20. The rebound to Robert Franco on the strong side. To Freehoff, down the middle of the lane, top of the three-point circle, in the paint. Jump pass, Ricky Brown, laid it up and in. What a pass by Chad Freehoff. Ricky Brown has scored his 11th and 12 points. It's now a 13-point Beetdigger lead.
A 51-38 Brush cushion, however, would soon turn into a 57-51 deficit as Fort Morgan went on a 19-0 run. Finally, one Beetdigger came to the rescue.
Here's Sam Ortiz, top of the three-point circle to Miller, inside Franco. His layup is up and in, and he's fouled. And now the Beetdiggers getting back into the ball game.
The Mustangs still led 65-62 with the final 8 minutes remaining, but Brush quickly made up that deficit as Bryson Miller sank 2 free throws with 7:22 to go for a 66-65 Beetdigger lead, a margin that would be extended.
Long three-pointers up and short. The rebound, Ricky Brown. Brown feeds Jesse Perez. Now to Chad Freehoff. Freehoff will have to back it out, and he does beautifully down the lane. Freehoff pulls up inside pass, laid up and in with a left hand by Bryson Miller. Oh, Chad, you've got eyes in the back of your head. It's a 3-point lead for the Diggers with 6:45 to go.
Fort Morgan, however, put together a 16-7 run and led 81-75 with 2.5 minutes left in the game. After the teams traded baskets, Freehoff got aggressive.
Well, the Beetdiggers need points here. Freehoff across the timeline looking for a pick. Gets one from Ortiz, still dribbling to his right. He's going to go all the way. He'll lay it up and in. Freehoff now with 35. It's 83-79.
Bryson Miller then made it a 2-point contest with free throws after being fouled by Fort Morgan's Eric Nickel, who was gone with his fifth. Moments later, with Brush now down 84-81, they yearned to inch closer.
Beetdiggers can tie or pull to within one. Down the middle of the lane, his layup is up. No good. Rebound, Ricky Brown lays it up and in. Ricky Brown playing a solid second half with another rebound. It's 84-83.
The Diggers then fouled Travis Henning with 28 seconds remaining, but he missed a free throw, giving Brush a chance to grab the lead. But Ricky Brown could only tie the game after making one of two free throws, which was preceded by a Mustang foul. With a game deadlocked at 84, Fort Morgan's Henning was fouled with 9 seconds to go and had two opportunities from the line to put his team back on top. But it was down to one chance after missing the first free throw.
This is the big free throw here for Travis Henning. He can give Fort Morgan a 1-point lead with 9 seconds to go. It's up. It's short. Rebound, Bryson Miller. The Beetdiggers with one final chance. Hands it off to Freehoff. Freehoff with 5. Freehoff with 3. Strip from behind. Freehoff to Ricky Brown. Laid it up. No good. He was fouled. He was fouled. Oh, he's going to go to the line. If he makes one, the Beetdiggers will win. There's no time left on the clock.
That set up the season's most dramatic moment.
Ricky Brown knows he needs to make just one, and the game is over. Yeah, they are not adding time to the clock. This will be it. One free throw to win it from Brush High School. Everybody standing. Free throw is up. Gone! Gone! The game is over. He will not take a second free throw. The Beetdiggers have won the game 85-84.
The Beetdiggers were now 2-0 as Freehoff had another excellent offensive game with 35 points to go along with 10 rebounds and 4 steals. Brown finished with 20 points and 11 boards, and Bryson Miller nearly had a double-double with 12 points and 9 rebounds. Game 3, Brush at Akron. On a night where the Beetdiggers were looking to equal their victory total from a year ago, both squads struggled putting the ball in the basket. Nonetheless, Brush still led after one quarter, 14-12. In quarter number 2, the Beetdiggers got into a better offensive groove and added to their lead just a little bit as the score was 30-26 at the break. That 4-point lead, however, would vanish by the end of the third quarter as the Rams were the aggressors, evidenced by a flurry of Curtis Jabauer free throws and none by Brush in a 43-43 game. Despite committing 5 turnovers in the final quarter, the Diggers came up with 22 points, with Chad Freehoff hitting some clutch baskets and making key passes down the stretch, while Matt Cranston sealed the 60-55 win with 2 free throws after he was fouled just moments following Akron's attempt to tie the game on a 3-pointer. Freehoff nearly came up with a triple-double, scoring 24 points, including 16 in the second half, pulling down 8 rebounds, and dishing out 9 assists. Robert Franco was the leading rebounder with 12, as Brush upped their record to a perfect 3-0. Game 4, Brush at Lutheran. It was exactly 1 week since the season opener, and on a Saturday in Denver, the Diggers actually faced the prospect of eclipsing their number of wins from the prior season. The Lights and the Beetdiggers got a pretty solid feel for the others' game in the initial 8 minutes, with Lutheran holding a 20-18 advantage. In the second quarter, Brush picked up the tempo in a big way, pouring in a season-high 33 points as they entered the locker room with a very healthy 51-41 lead. As effective as the first 16 minutes were, the next 16 minutes were equally ineffective. The Diggers experienced by far their worst quarter of the season, tallying 5 points, and just like that, Lutheran had reclaimed the lead at 58-56 going into the fourth quarter. In that frame, it became a dogfight with points hard to come by as Lutheran escaped with a 68-66 win when a Brush basket was disallowed because the ball was ruled to have been released after the buzzer sounded. Despite their first setback of the season, the Beetdiggers did receive a team-high 18 points from Bryson Miller, 10 points and 9 rebounds by Ricky Brown, and 10 points by Jesse Perez. Game 5, Brush versus Grand Junction. The most challenging stretch of the season came at this point, where the Beetdiggers faced 5A squads as well as a top school from Wyoming in the 8-team NJC tournament in Sterling. In the opening contest, the Class 3A Beetdiggers came out of the gate smoking.
Backboard pressure, Bennett with a basketball, harassed by Cranston, ball stolen by Freehoff. 10-footer off the window is good. Chad Freehoff forcing the turnover along with Robert Franco. And the Beetdiggers now lead 5-2. Freehoff on the right wing gets a pick from Ricky Brown, dribbling towards the right corner in between two. Off the glass, a beauty on that leaner, about 6 feet out, and the Beetdiggers lead 7-2. Freehoff has scored 6 in the ball game. Freehoff with a rebound with a 2-on-2 into the front court. Inside to Franco, who lays it up and in. Streaking down the middle of the lane, Robert Franco. And the Beetdiggers have scored the last 9 points. Freehoff gets a pick from Ricky Brown on the right wing in the corner to Jesse Perez. Harassed by Bennett. Now to Freehoff, spins at the free throw line. His leaner inside pass to Franco, lays it up and in. It looked like Freehoff was going to go up for the shot, but instead fed Franco beautifully, and the Beetdiggers have scored 12 in a row.
No doubt that Chad was bad in the opening minutes of the game. Unfortunately for Brush, Grand Junction responded with a 15-0 run and grabbed a 3-point lead at 26-23 following the first quarter. The second quarter was much of the same, with the Tigers scoring 26 points and Brush doing everything it could offensively to stay in the game.
The rebound to Freehoff. He's got Jesse Perez wide open. He will lay it up and he'll lay it in. Freehoff with his 4th assist of the ball game. Jesse Perez with his first 2 points, and the Beetdiggers now trail by 1 at 26-25. 48 seconds gone here in the second. Here's Gutierrez ahead to Ricky Brown. He's wide open and lays it up and in. Goo with a big assist. Ricky Brown with his first 2 points. Beetdiggers lead by 1. A steal in the backcourt by Perez. His 10-foot leaners up and in. Oh, the Beetdiggers taking advantage quickly of Grand Junction mistakes, and they take a timeout. It's a 5-on-4 here for Brady Butler and the Tigers. Over to Irons, wide open 3 is up and off the back of the rim. Rebound, Freehoff, jump pass to Bryson Miller. Ahead of the field, a layup with a left hand is good. Boy, Freehoff is passing beautifully tonight, even though that was an easy one. He's got 6 assists on the night.
The Diggers tallied 20 points in the frame and trailed at the break 52-43. As opposed to the first half, the Tigers were the team playing well to begin the second, building a 15-point cushion. But back came the Diggers.
Here is Freehoff between his legs, dribbling right wing. He's double-teamed. In the corner to Jesse Perez. He's double-teamed to Jed Grooms. Now over to Bryson Miller in the lane. Fakes, puts it up the glass and in. Bryson Miller has got 10 points in the ballgame. The Beetdiggers now back into it. They trail by 6 at 58-52 on a 9-0 run. That
would be the final rally the Beetdiggers would mount as Grand Junction rebuilt the lead to double digits at 16 and held on for a 91-81 victory. Chad Freehoff had his best game of the season with a triple-double comprised of 38 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists, while Bryson Miller had 14 points and Ricky Brown added 12. Brush dropped to 3-2 on the season. Game 6, Brush versus Natrona County. Although the Beetdiggers were looking forward to this clash against a Wyoming team, it would soon be one they'd want to forget. The game was still in hand entering the second quarter, with the Diggers down by only a count of 23-13. But then it all fell apart as Natrona County went on a 30-7 run to take a commanding lead at halftime, 53-20. Although Brush was competitive in the third and fourth periods, that huge deficit was way too big to overcome as the Mustangs cruised to an 82-46 win. Chad Freehoff was the only Beetdigger with any success on offense with 23 points, half of Brush's total. After winning their first 3 games of the season, the Diggers had now lost 3 in a row. Game 7, Brush versus Ralston Valley. Looking to salvage one of their 3 games in the NJC tourney, the Beetdiggers got very sloppy with the basketball, committing 6 turnovers in the opening quarter and scoring that many points, as a result putting themselves in an early hole, falling behind 15-6. The ball handling didn't get much better in the second quarter, but the scoring did, with Ralston Valley still leading by 9 at the midway point of the game, 32-23. With Robert Franco and Bryson Miller combining for 17 of Brush's 23 first-half points, it was time for superstar Chad Freehoff to elevate his game, and that's exactly what he did, scoring 19 points in the second half. The bad news was that Freehoff's onslaught did nothing to put a dent in their deficit as Ralston Valley led by 15 points after 3, and eventually won the game by a score of 74-61, dropping the Beetdiggers to 3-4. Besides having Freehoff, Franco, and Miller in double figures, The other positive was the free throw shooting, where the Beetdiggers converted on 18 of 22 for an 81% clip. Game 8, Platte Valley at Brush. In this Northern Plains League opener, the Beetdiggers executed well in the first quarter and, more importantly, played solid defense, forcing 6 turnovers, but were only able to take a 2-point lead at 17-15. Platte Valley got its offense going in quarter number 2 with an 11-0 run on their way to a 31-point performance and a 46-36 halftime advantage. Keeping the Diggers in the game offensively was Robert Franco, who operated very efficiently down low with 12 points, but it was defense that would turn this thing around. In the third quarter, the Beetdiggers started implementing a press and also got a couple of three-pointers from Jesse Perez to draw them to within 2 at 62-60 after outscoring the Broncos 24-16. Platte Valley, however, scored 11 of the fourth quarter's initial 17 points to claim a 73-66 lead, but Brush stayed close.
Free up in the backcourt. Beetdiggers trail by 7. Behind his back, nearly stripped. Ball loose on the floor. He picks it up in the left corner. Jesse Perez drives baseline. Inside pass. Franco lays it up and in. Robert Franco now with 19, the assist from Jesse Perez.
After 2 Chad Freehoff free throws, the Beetdigger deficit was only 3. That's when the Broncos scored 7 consecutive points to up the advantage to 10. The Beetdiggers, however, would not go away.
Cross-court pass intercepted Goo. Goo is going to lay it up all the way and lay it in. And the Beetdiggers are to within 5, and this one's getting very interesting right now.
82-77 was the closest Brush would get as Platte Valley won 86-80. The Diggers had 3 players in double figures as Franco pumped in 19. Perez had 17, and Freehoff came up with his second triple-double of the campaign with 19 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists. Brush saw their record fall to 3-5. Game 9, Brush at Ray. Playing a very talented team on the road is not exactly the best cure to stop a 5-game losing streak, but it was either win or see the Diggers dig themselves a humongous hole. Both teams battled back and forth, with Brush staving off every Ray rally thanks to another outstanding performance from their best player. Not only did senior Chad Freehoff score 37 points, he did it from virtually everywhere on the floor, including beyond the three-point circle where he connected 6 times. The inside-outside game was also prevalent with other Diggers as Bryson Miller scored 11 points, while Jesse Perez contributed 13 in a convincing 82-70 win, evening their conference record at 1-1. Besides the play of Freehoff, the other major difference in the game was undoubtedly at the free throw line, where Brush converted on 24 of 35 attempts, with the Eagles just 9 out of 18. The Beetdiggers were now just 1 win shy of the 500 mark at 4-5.